Hey, what's up? Today we're going to talk about a secret room that was just found in Palworld, as well as I'm going to be going over some other interesting stuff. For example, I'll be showing you a shotgun glitch that you can do to take out any tower boss. Not only that, but there's a lot more that we will be going over in today's video. So now that you know what to expect, let's go ahead and dive right into this. Let's begin by showing how to find this secret room, which was discovered by a user named Pumpkeo. In order to find this location, we need to head over towards a fast traveling statue. You can open up the map by clicking the key or the button for the fast traveling option, and on the map here you should see that there's going to be a point of interest called Cinnamoth Forest. Once you have located this, or you have yet to discover it, this is where you need to travel to and then find the statue. So this way you have a way of fast traveling here whenever you need to. But honestly, what we're going to do now is go down below here, locate the wall, and we're going to breach through. You can do this with any PAL, a flying type, a ground type, it does not matter. And so in order to breach the wall, all you need to do is grip onto the wall as if you were climbing. Try to use the button so that you can open up the wheel here, and then try to pet your PAL. If done successfully, the PAL will go through the wall, and then you can mount on your PAL and go all the way through. You may need to do this multiple times until you're all the way through. For example, right here, I am finally through the second wall there, or the texture. What I can do now is travel all the way down here, and you're going to see this completely somewhat large open room. It's completely unraidable. You can build down here as well, so if you just want to, build a nice little secret base, this is the place to go to. I will be showing some proof about how this place is unraidable here in just a few. But I do want to show you that we can build down here, because I am indeed placing down a base or a PAL box. I can build down here some more, place down some floors, I can build some walls, I can just do all sorts of things. And I will be showing you some things that you can build down here to make it a little bit more compact and neat. Anyways, as you can tell right here at the top, there's a raid going on, and they cannot reach the bottom floor here because they cannot merge through. This right here has become my second favorite base, and possibly could be number one. Moving along, you can tell that we can build down here, but I do want to make things a little bit more easier for you guys that are planning on building a base down here. One of the biggest things that took off when it came down to building at your base was really condensing down your plantations. And you can do this in a different way to where it's slanted and will most likely send the material rolling down. So how can you do this? I recommend using this right here, which is this cement tube. Note that when you do place this down, it might be in the wrong direction. And what I mean by that is when we use a bar stool, most likely it will be facing in the wrong direction. You will know because when you try to place down a bar stool or some sort of item inside, it's not going to be slanted in the right direction. It might just be in the opposite direction. If you do see something like this, then you know you have done it wrong. Well, maybe. It just depends on which way you're facing it, right? For example, I want the plantation to face towards the left side, and it does not matter which side I go to. What I'll do is delete that cement, rotate it around so that it's in the right direction, and what you should see is that you can place it the right way. Again, it might be different for you depending on which direction you want your plantation device to be placed at. So now that we have the bar stool inside, we want to place another one on top and continue this until it's on the third one. You can do this until it's on the fourth one, but I'm going to stop at the third one. Next, I'll place down a triangle wall, then use that wall so that I can place the plantation device on top of the bar stool. Just know that you can use anything really to boost yourself high, and the reason for that is because eventually when you do stack these bar stools, there's a good chance that you will not be able to reach the top, so you may need to use another stool, bar stool, a foundation, or you can even use the wooden triangle piece as well. You just need something to reach the top. If you would like to place down another plantation, you can then place down another one, but you will need to delete the third bar stool, place down the plantation on the second bar stool. And what this is going to do is when you are done using your plantation and it's ready to be harvested, you're going to see that the vegetables are going to roll down and your pals can pick it up easily. This should work the same when you have two plantations stacked on top of each other as well, so definitely try that out and let me know what you think down below. We are now going to continue on and talk about the shotgun glitch. Here's the thing about this glitch, it's easy to do, but you will need to pick up a few items, so there are some requirements. You're going to need a shotgun, not just any shotgun, but you definitely can use one of the basic gray version ones. There's nothing wrong with that, absolutely not. But if you do have a golden version, it's going to help out quite a lot in terms of damage. And now we need to pick up some schematics. Again, this is completely optional, but what you can do, and there is a 3% chance on this by the way, you will want to go towards one of your alpha pals and do the butcher glitch that I had uploaded about maybe 2 weeks ago, something like that. A lot of you guys did enjoy that glitch. Anyways, all that you will need is a meat cleaver and your pal. Spawn down your pal, preferably a alpha pal that's going to give you a golden schematic. You will want to go up to it, butcher it, and as you are butchering it, towards the end you will see a delay before it does disappear. Then at this exact moment you will want to get on top of your pal and you should see that you will receive some material. If you're lucky, you will see the schematic. So now that we know that we need a shotgun, there is another requirement. You're either going to need a macro on your mouse or on your Xbox controller. If you're on PC, you will want to set your scroll wheel so that it scrolls super fast and that you have that set as a macro, preferably 25 milliseconds. Now for those on Xbox, whatever button it is for you to swap between different weapons, that's going to be the weapon you need to macro. And you will want to make sure that you have that set so that it swaps really fast. And when we're in the boss room, we'll just simply activate the macro and start shooting away, and it's going to swap between the 4 shotguns really fast. And that's pretty much the last step. Make sure that you have 4 of those shotguns equipped to all 4 of your slots. Then when you do decide to use the macro, it will swap between all those weapons, which will allow you to shoot all of them pretty fast. And this is because of the macro, and you should definitely try it out. If you would like to try something out different that does not involve a macro, you can stack your sweepa's damage quite a lot, and you can do it an infinite amount of times. The only requirement is that you will need a sweepa and some squeeze. The squeeze is going to boost your damage on your sweepa. The best way to do this is to make sure that you have all 4 equipped to your slot there on the left side and have the 5th one being the sweepa. And the last requirement is to make sure that this pal has a saddle. Once you have all those requirements, the glitch is pretty much ready to go. You will need to hop on top of your pal, which would be the sweepa. You will want to open up the menu and start dropping those pals. But here's the thing, you do not want to pick up those squeeze with your sweepa because that's the wrong way of doing it. The correct way is to stay on top of your sweepa, drop all of the squeeze, and at this point you can get off of your mount, pick up all of the pals off the ground, get back on top of your mount, and you should see that the damage has been stacked. You can do this as much as you want. You can get even up to 10,000. I think someone over there on the Glitch Unlimited Discord was able to get up to 50,000 damage, which is pretty insane. So let's say that you have stacked your damage pretty high. What happens when you fast travel, or if you go inside a boss room, does it remain the same? It absolutely does, and you're not going to see it decrease at all. I think the only way that you will see this is if you absolutely leave the game and then join back. You should see a difference then. It's not permanent, but it would be pretty cool if it was, right? Anyways, what you will see right here is that I have the same amount of damage as I did previously when I did use the Palworld box and decided to fast travel over here, which was the Dune Shelter. And last but not least, I do want to show you some of my favorite pals and their passives. If you would like to leave now, feel free to do so. I do not blame you at all because I felt like including this in the video because someone asked me, is there any other pals that I have that I do like to use? This Chillet is one of them because of how fast and crazy it is to use. There's also some other pals that I do enjoy using, which not a lot of people actually use. For example, this one right here that you will see, which is Verdash. This pal right here has 4 passives that increase both the work speed and I think maybe one of the attacks. I cannot remember at the current moment, but you will see that at the end. And not a lot of people use this pal from what I've seen, and it's well worth breeding. I mean, if you can get a pal that's just like this. There's also the other one, which we'll just call it the Cake Maker, because that's really all it is. I mean, literally, that's pretty much all I use it for. I'm not too sure if anybody else uses this pal right here to, you know, fight other pals. I don't know about you, but I personally don't. But let me know what you use this pal for down below. And last but not least, this pal right here is Necromis, and I'll be honest with you guys, not my favorite, but I love it because it was one of my pals that I captured towards the end. A powerful one, but it's not the best when it comes down to damage. It's strong. It will defeat a lot of bosses, but it's not the best. There are some examples of, like, you know, Frostallion. That's a great pal for a lot of damage. You have even Shadowbeak if you do breed it correctly. That's another one. And even Life Monk is a great one to use just to eliminate bosses easily. I have a video on that if you would like to check it out. I will leave a link down below. Other than that, thank you guys for the support. If you have any questions, comment down below. I appreciate you all for checking out the video. If you have yet to subscribe, do that now. Go ahead and turn those notifications on as well. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you all in the next video.